Hi everybody, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. So today I'm talking, let me just talk about this real quick. I know that people are getting tired of the Gypsy Rose topic. I know people are, I know it. But you don't have to watch this video, baby. You sure don't. You sure don't. You know, if you don't enjoy this topic or you're sick of it or whatever, that's fine. I talk about a lot of stuff on my channel, and you can just exit out and come back another time. But you don't have to listen to this if you don't want to. I know there are a lot of people still interested in the topic. And this right here, this one isn't about Gypsy Rose's Instagram post or anything like that. This is me hitting on some... I'm just responding to some clips from Nicholas's interrogation, and so it's just some items I just want to discuss from his interrogation. So if that's not of interest to you, you don't have to stay, okay? I'm not going to get upset if you don't watch my video. You definitely don't have to stay here for this. And this isn't me even trying to beat up Gypsy Rose. This is just me kind of giving my own take on certain parts of the interrogation and maybe adding some other notes, okay? But yeah, you don't have to be here for this if you don't want to, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm going to show you the clip and then I'm going to respond to it, okay?
Oh, not me, because I'm actually learning from it.
Oh, okay. All right. So do you have any kids?
No.
No kids?
No kids.
Okay. I as you can imagine, we've talked to Gypsy a lot tonight.
Because it's been quite a wait.
Yeah. So we've talked to her, and she told us a whole bunch of stuff that's happened to you guys. And so I kind of just want to talk to you and start from the beginning, maybe like how you guys met or whatever. You know, can we start from where you guys met? Would that make you feel comfortable?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Where did you guys meet?
It was a site called ChristianForDatingFree.com.
Okay. Is that like a dating site?
Yeah, it's for Christians, but it's meant to be free.
Okay. So you don't have to pay any money for it. It's just a place you can go to meet people?
Yep.
So it's possible that they haven't really talked to Gypsy at this point yet. They probably did already because he's been in there a long time. Waiting. But it is a tactic. Like, detectives don't owe the person they're interrogating, they don't owe that person the truth. They often use deceitful practices to get the truth out of the person they're interrogating, and it's perfectly fine for them to do that. So we don't really know if they actually already talked to Gypsy, but they probably did because he had been in there for a long time. Or the detective can be in there talking to Gypsy while she's in here talking to him. But they probably already did talk to Gypsy. Telling the person that you're interrogating that, okay, well, your co-defendant or whoever it is has told us everything. So maybe you should just start spilling the beans too. You know, sometimes they say that to get the other person to talk. And the other person didn't say anything at all. But I actually do believe this is after they already talked to Gypsy, but it's entirely possible that they didn't at this point. But I do believe that they had already talked to her. And they don't have to be honest with the people that they're interrogating.
Facebook for a little while too.
Facebook, okay.
Yeah.
And what is your name on Facebook?
It's my name is Godejohn.
Okay, and how about hers?
Well, actually, she got rid of hers recently.
Okay.
Because me and her, because I don't know how much she told her. I hope she told you everything that I do know also.
Okay.
Apparently, from what she told me, her mom kicked her out of her house.
Okay.
So she texted me to pick her up.
Okay.
And what happened was I got on the bus about a day later, about in the afternoon of that day.
Okay.
And then I got back to what was it? I believe it was Springfield. That's where she lives. Yeah, that's where it is. Because I'm all loopy from being so away so long. Yeah, Springfield, Missouri. As soon as I got there, I walked straight to a hotel, and then I let her know that I was at the hotel.
Okay, so you got there on a bus. What kind of bus was it?
It was a Greyhound bus.
Okay, so you got to Springfield, Missouri on a Greyhound bus.
Yep.
And you walked straight to a hotel.
Yep.
Do you remember what that hotel was called?
Yeah, it was called Days Inn.
Days Inn. Okay, and that's in Springfield, Missouri?
Yep.
Okay, so you get off the bus and you walk straight to Days Inn. What kind of clothes are you wearing?
Oh, jeez. I don't have that good of a memory at this point.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Was you wearing jeans or shorts or something?
I'm always wearing usually athletic clothing.
Athletic clothing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get off. Do you have luggage with you or anything?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of luggage do you have?
I had my clothing.
Okay.
Since I wasn't sure how long I was going to be there.
Okay.
I was worried sick about her when I got there to where I wanted to find her as soon as possible.
Okay.
Because I knew she was wandering the streets.
Okay.
So I brought like 3 days worth of clothing because I was going to do all I could to find her at that point. And then
what were you carrying your clothing in?
it was a duffel bag.
Oh, okay. What color?
It was red and black.
Okay. Was it like a night?
So I guess that her mom threw her out. I guess this was the story they were trying to go with. That you know, that they devised together. That okay, if we get caught, we're gonna tell them the police threw me out, or it was the story they were gonna tell. Sorry, I'm not picking my nose. I had an itch. Or you know, that was the story they told Nicholas's mom, so that Gypsy could stay with them there. So, you know, that Gypsy's mom had kicked her out, so maybe they just decided to stick with that story, or Nicholas decided to stick with that story because it was already the story they were using for his mom. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, so it's part of the story they concocted together, but I don't know that they concocted it together and was like, and this is also the story we're going to use if we get caught. I don't know if they thought that far ahead.
Would you call mom and say, hey, we're here, come pick us up?
Yeah.
And so was that the first time that your mom ever met your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess she's your girlfriend if she's your
She
girlfriend.
is. Yeah, she is.
And you love her?
Oh, do I ever.
You love her a lot?
I was bawling my eyes out waiting for this moment where I can talk to you.
Okay.
Because I was so worried about her.
Yeah. I think she loves you too. You know, we spoke to her and for a long time. And I'm kind of thinking maybe she loves you a little more than you love her, because you're sitting here telling me things that I know aren't true. And then she's sitting here telling me things that are true. And if you really love her, I don't think that you would want her in that situation, okay? The situation that she's in right now. And so we're going to go down 2 paths here, okay? And that is just you're going to have to be honest with me. Because if you love her, if you love Gypsy, then you're not going to let Gypsy get in trouble without you being there to help her, okay?
I understand.
And so what you need to know is that Gypsy told us everything.
Okay.
We didn't talk to Gypsy all this time and not get everything.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And so, Nick, I want you to do the honorable thing, okay? For Gypsy and for your family, okay? Because we know what happened. And I want to give you the opportunity to start over and to tell the truth, okay? And the truth is not what you've told me.
How much have I told you to believe is the truth?
I believe the part that you got on a bus and went to Springfield.
Okay.
I believe that's true.
Okay.
That you ordered food to eat. I believe that's true.
Okay.
I believe that it's true that at some point Gypsy came back with you to the motel. I believe that's true.
Yeah.
I believe Gypsy got on a bus and came here with you. I believe that's true.
Yeah.
That's all I believe.
Okay.
Okay? Because you missed a lot in there. And I understand that you missed a lot because you don't know what to say because you don't know what Gypsy said. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you right now, Gypsy did tell me everything. She told us everything. She told us about you coming there. She told us what happened to Mom. She told us about your guys' relationship. She told us about the cleanup. She told us about all of that. Okay?
Okay.
So, do you want to do the right thing by Gypsy if you love her?
Well, the truth is I worship her, so
So he's showing love and concern for Gypsy, and this cop, I don't know, Gypsy doesn't love him more than he loves her, and I personally think it's pretty obvious. I think it's pretty obvious. There was that one part in Gypsy's interrogation where she was crying, and she was like, I love him so much, maybe he can get help now. But I was just like, oh, give us all a break. She was just so, acting like she wasn't in on it, and so it was really hard to buy her tears. I don't believe she ever loved him. I know that she told Dr. Phil that she really did love him at that point, but I don't believe that to be true. And Gypsy sure didn't tell them everything. I don't know if this officer really believes that she told them everything. But we know she didn't tell them everything. She didn't even scratch the top layer of what was going on there. And but and they probably know at this point that Nicholas can be easily manipulated, and they're going to use that to their advantage. So yeah, they're going to use that to their advantage.
Can you tell me this first?
Okay.
Did Gypsy know that you were going to kill her mother?
Honestly, she asked me to.
Okay. So Gypsy knew you were going to do it because Gypsy asked you to.
Yes.
Why did she?
And there it is. Gypsy asked him to do it. And I don't know if I was interviewing Nicholas. I think I would know that he was, I know my colleagues would get mad at me, and I don't know if detectives can say, hey, let's get you a police officer, or let's get you an attorney. I would really want him to get an attorney, because I would be able to tell. I would have been able to tell at the point where he said there are these things, they call them ham sandwiches at the beginning when she asked him if he had anything to eat. They're called ham sandwiches. I mean, who doesn't know what a ham sandwich is? That reaction would tell me he's a little, I don't know what the proper terminology is. It always escapes me, but he's a little, is mentally challenged. Is that socially acceptable? I don't know if that's socially acceptable to say that, but with lack of a better term, I would know he may be just a little bit mentally challenged. Not that, I don't really consider autism mentally challenged. It's definitely a disability depending on where you are on the spectrum. But like, I'm on the spectrum, but I'm, I clearly am fine, I'm fine, but there are extremes on the spectrum, and he isn't a far extreme, but he's definitely, challenged. You know what I mean? But Gypsy asked him to do it, which we all already knew. The police at this point didn't know she asked him to do it, but sorry, I'm like,
She asked me to.
Okay. So Gypsy knew you were going to do it because Gypsy asked you to.
Yes.
Why did she ask you to do that?
Because she felt it was her only way to be with me.
Okay. She felt like if you killed the mom, then that's the only way she could be with you.
Yeah.
Do you know the mom's name?
I don't know her real name. All I know is that she goes by Dee Dee.
Dee Dee. Okay.
Because she thought it was the only way she could be with him. Not because she was ABUSING in her. Not because she was forcing her to pretend like she's sick. Not because she was forcing her to be in a wheelchair. Not because of any of that stuff. But so they can be together. This wasn't, and not once in Gypsy's interrogation did she say anything about being forced to be in a wheelchair and being made to pretend to be sick and stuff like that. It was never brought up. That was never brought up until the attorneys came into the picture. None of that was ever brought up. You know?
You do what she asked you to do, if that's the case, if she did ask you.
Yeah, she did ask me.
Okay, and she asked you more than once? Did she ask you while you were here?
She asked me more than once because what happened was, at first she wanted, because the thing was is that she wanted to do it herself, but she was too, what's the word, not cautious, it's, I guess skittish is the word I'm looking to actually do it.
Okay.
Because she couldn't live with herself doing it.
Okay.
And,
she wasn't skittish to do it herself. She wasn't skittish to do it herself. She attempted to unalive her mom before when she shot her 10 times with the gun that was a BB gun, but she thought that it would unalive her. You know, she wasn't skittish about that. That wasn't a problem for her. Only thing she was skittish about was getting caught and getting blamed for it. That's why she's framing Nicholas. You know what I mean? You know, she had every intention of framing him and putting a whole thing on him. And it wasn't about, like, she knew if they got caught, he would definitely get in more trouble than her. But she wanted to manipulate the situation so he would get all the blame. And that's the real reason she wanted to mail the knife to his house, or else she would have wanted to throw it into a lake or something. I mean, that's not that I would plan an unaliving, but that's what I would do. I would more than likely do something like that. And in her interrogation, she never says that she asked him to do it. She never said she asked him to do it. Never.
Go ahead and kill Dee?
yes.
Okay. So why did you guys decide that you would stab her instead of shooting her with a gun or poisoning her or beating her with a bat? Like, why did you guys decide stabbing would be what you did to kill her?
Honestly, the thing is we really wouldn't have known how to poison her. Honestly, we wouldn't have known how to.
Okay.
I mean, she looked up multiple times of how to do it because she wanted to find the quickest way to do it.
Okay, so like she looked up on the internet,
Yes.
like how to kill her mom?
Yes.
Okay. And so she was looking for the easiest way to do it?
Yes, this
Okay.
way she would be in less pain. She wanted
Okay.
her mom's death to be quick.
Okay. Okay, so you wouldn't have known how to do the poisoning. And so, again, why did we choose the knife? Like, why
The
did
reason
you...
why we chose the knife is because I guess she thought that it'd be quicker if she bled out quickly.
Okay. Now, did she tell you that, or is that something you think she thought?
Most likely that's what I would think she would think.
Okay, but she didn't tell you to
No.
stab her because she'd bleed out quickly?
No.
Okay.
That's what I figured she would think because
Okay.
it makes sense. More holes, faster they go away and the faster they are at peace.
Okay. So the more holes you put into the body?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm understanding? Okay. Okay.
Gypsy looked up how to do it. She looked that up.
So that's why you chose to stab her?
Yes.
Okay. And so how did you get the knife? Like, where'd the knife come from? Did you bring it with you from here?
No.
Okay. Did you buy it somewhere?
She bought it for me.
Who bought it for you?
Gypsy.
Where'd she buy it from?
Online.
She bought it online?
Oh wait, no. It was not online. I gotta get that straight. It's not.
Yeah, don't lie, because you don't want to get Gypsy in trouble for something because you're going to lie about it.
I know.
Okay.
I know. She somehow found a way to get one at Walmart. I don't know how she did, but she did.
So you didn't bring a knife from here?
No.
So when you got here, she had a knife?
Yeah.
So did she know you was going to stab her?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what'd the knife look like?
It had a red and black handle.
Red and black?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long was it?
Gosh, I don't even know.
Use your hands to show me.
I can, maybe that long, maybe.
Was the red and black handle plastic or wood or?
It was, I'm trying to think, squishy grip, I can't remember what it's
It
called.
was a squishy grip?
Yeah, it's hard to really put into words.
Gypsy provided the knife. She provided the knife that she stole from Walmart. Never once in her interrogation does she say she provided the knife. And she knew exactly what was going to happen to Dee Dee. She knew exactly what was going to happen. She knew. She knew.
Have a bunch of covers on her. It made it a lot easier to do that. Okay. And so when she's laying there, where's the first place you decide to stab her?
And I just was in a random spot in the back.
In the back, just random?
Yes.
Do you know how many times you stabbed her?
4.
You stabbed her 4?
Yeah, 4 times.
Okay.
The 4th one, I felt it go into, I think it might have been her lungs.
Okay.
It was harder to get out.
Okay. Did it take one hand to get it out, 2 hands?
I had to yank it out.
Okay.
With one hand.
Okay. So it did. So the others came out easy, but this one, that one kind of came out harder?
Yep.
Okay. And so, you only stabbed, so the others came out easy, but this one, that one kind of came out harder?
Yep.
Okay. And so, you only stabbed her 4 times? Are you sure about that?
Well, as in stabbing, I stabbed her 4 times.
Okay.
But I did actually cut her one other time besides that.
Okay. Where'd you cut her
On
at?
the back of her neck.
Okay. And did you use the same knife that you
Yep.
did the others with?
Yep.
Okay. And when you did across the back of the neck, did that even cause an injury, or did you see any blood or anything?
Yeah, she was bleeding.
Okay, she's bleeding. And so did she scream or holler, or
Yeah, she did.
what was she saying?
First she said help, and then she didn't recognize who I was. And she
Okay.
said, who are you? And then,
She said, who are you?
yeah.
Okay. And she didn't recognize who you are, and she says help, and then what does she say?
And then she called up for Gypsy, but Gypsy didn't do anything.
Okay. She hollered for Gypsy.
Yes.
And did she holler for Gypsy once, twice, 5 times?
3 times.
3 times? And what was she saying? Can you tell me how she said? Is there any reason that we would think that maybe you stabbed her more than 4 times?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Now, did Gypsy come in and stab her?
No.
Gypsy never stabbed her?
She couldn't do it. And that's
Okay.
usually why she asked me to.
Okay. Did you try to get Gypsy to come in and stab her?
No, I would have never done that.
Okay. So when you say 4 actual stabs, so those are the ones that went in deeper?
Yeah.
Was there some little ones? Or
There might have been, because the truth is, I counted the ones that went in deep. I didn't count if there's any other ones.
okay. So if there's any other ones, you just didn't count those because they didn't go in as deep.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know that 4 of them went in deep.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where those 4 deep ones were?
Uh,
Are you counting the one on the back of the neck or not in that 4?
no.
Okay, so the back of the neck would be something different.
Yeah, it's completely separate.
So he does say Gypsy wouldn't stab her, but someone did. Someone did it. Now he does say he didn't count the other ones that didn't go in deep. So, and those other stabs, per rumors, are said to be shallow. And I know a lot of people think that Gypsy administered those stabs. Even I thought that could be possible at one point. But he said he didn't count the ones that didn't go in deep. So maybe he did do all 17 stabs, but the 4 that he counted were the deep ones. And that's something I'm noticing people aren't talking about in his interrogation, that he says he only counted the deep ones. So, but we heard it from him. He didn't count the ones that weren't deep. So there were other ones. Unless that's a way of protecting Gypsy, that's entirely possible. He may be saying he didn't count the deep ones because he knew the ones Gypsy dolled out. I'm not saying she did. I'm just saying if she did, they weren't as deep as the ones he did. But I'm just not getting from him that he is in any way being dishonest. You know what I mean? So he still could have done all 17 stab wounds. So.
All right. So, you stabbed Dee in the bed, and Gypsy's in the bathroom. And so, what happens after you're done stabbing Dee?
I knocked on the door, and I also scratched on the door twice to let her know it was me instead of her mom.
Oh, so is that a code you guys came up with? Okay, so what was the code again?
It was 3 knocks and then 2 scratches.
Okay, 3 knocks, 2 scratches. And then that was so that...
She even developed a secret knock with him. She developed a secret knock with him. But she didn't have anything to do with this. I mean, I know it eventually comes out that she did. You know, she does admit that when she testifies in court. But we're talking about the interrogations only at this point. You know? And, yeah, so.
Not right away.
Okay, what happens? So, before?
Like I said, we went back and forth between more than one idea, but that would end up being the one that we stick with.
Okay. So, after that happens, after you do the 3 knocks and the 2 scratches, does she open the door?
Not right away.
Okay, what happens?
She wanted to shave her private part.
Okay.
And her legs.
Okay, she wanted to shave her private part and her legs?
Yes, for me.
Okay. Has she ever done that before, or is this something new?
Usually her mom does not let her shave her legs.
Okay, so her mom doesn't let her shave her legs? Yeah. Does her mom let her shave her privates?
Her mom never seemed to care about that before.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So how did you know she wanted to do that for you?
Because she did it.
Okay.
That's how it's kind of...
What did you do while she's shaving her legs and stuff?
I waited for her.
Okay. And then she gets out of the bathroom? Is her legs shaved and everything's shaved? And then what happens?
And then,
And she wanted to tidy up for him. You know, she wanted to shave her legs, shave her girl, you know. But she claims he R-worded her that night. He R-worded her that night. But that's not what she told Dr. Phil. That's not what she told Dr. Phil. But yeah, she said he R-worded her this night. But, you know, hours later, or maybe the next night it was, she's making a video of him eating a brownie. And she's like, he's eating a brownie. And later he'll be eating me. I don't think that would be my behavior with the person that R-worded me. I don't think that would be my behavior, but, you know, and then she said it was consensual, but then it wasn't. And that is a thing. You can consent to sex and then change your mind in the middle of it. Women and men can absolutely do that. And then if the other person continues on, then it becomes the R word. But I don't know how much of that I believe. You think she would be a little upset with him and not be like, later he'll be eating me, you know, hours later, you know what I mean? Or the next night.
Okay. And so, she cleans up the mess, the blood that may be yours because you can cut yourself.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
And then, she wanted to have sex with me, so I did.
Okay, she wanted to have sex with you?
Yes.
Okay, and so where'd you guys have sex at?
In her bedroom.
In
her bed.
Her bed. In
yes.
Gypsy's bed.
Yes.
Okay. And so you guys have sex.
Yes.
And what kind of sex? What is sex like to you?
Well, to me, the kind of sex that it was pretty much was all 100% consensual. Is what I'm looking for. Yeah.
He doesn't have any guile. He really doesn't. He doesn't have any guile. But Gypsy has a lot of it. Gypsy has a lot of guile, and people want to say, you know, she's 100% honest. She's never told a lie in her life. She's perfect, la la la. She's got guile. She sure does. Now, she should have planned this better if she really wanted them to get away with it. But I don't think she wanted him to get away with it, because I think she wanted him away from her.
But honestly, I can't remember the entire conversation.
Okay. Did you guys talk about your future? What was your plans for your future?
We wanted to have a family together, and we wanted to build a life together and stuff. We thought we really had a chance to do it, so
Okay.
we were happy about that.
Okay. At any time during any of this whole situation that's happened, did Gypsy ever have to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Okay, when was that?
That was only when she was living at home.
Okay.
Otherwise, me and maybe like five other people knew that she could walk.
Oh, okay. Why didn't nobody know she could walk?
Her mom wanted everyone thinking that she was like 16 the entire time. So,
Okay.
yeah, she felt kind of trapped on a wheelchair when I actually was trying to encourage her to be able to walk more and more and more.
Okay, so she can actually walk
Yep,
and stand and do everything.
yep.
But her mom wanted her to use the wheelchair and pretend like she was 16?
Yeah, 16 and disabled, yes.
Okay, so what would she do to pretend like she's disabled?
Oh gosh, I can't even answer that question because I've only been around her one time when she's in her wheelchair,
Okay.
and other than that one time, I mean, it's one of those one wheelchairs where it's motorized,
Okay.
and the thing moves fast. But other than that, that's all I really know.
Okay, so she can walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So when she was with you this whole time, she hasn't had to have a wheelchair.
Nope.
She can walk upstairs,
Yep.
walk downstairs.
Walk downstairs, upstairs.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So you guys cuddle. You lay in the bed. Are you talking about having a family then?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do with your clothes that you had on?
Me and her, we weren't sure how long we were gonna be awake, so we both got naked and we both got really, really intimate and pretty much like snuggled together
Okay.
for a while,
Okay.
and it led to more sex.
Okay.
So,
Was you able to ejaculate that time?
oh,
No?
I had
Gypsy never mentioned the wheelchair in her interrogation. Not one time. Never mentioned it. And I feel like, at least speaking for myself, I could find her more believable, more genuine, I guess, if she did. You know, if she did mention being forced to stay in a wheelchair. I could find that more believable, I guess. More, I don't know, just more believable.
Oh, where did you do with the knife?
We wanted to mail it
Okay.
to my house.
Okay. So did you mail it?
Yes.
Okay. Did it come? Has it came yet? Did you do with it when you got it at your house?
We were planning on hiding it, so we did try to hide it.
Okay. Where'd you hide it at?
It's in my closet.
Okay. In your bedroom? In your house?
Yes.
Okay. And so you just, what kind of package did you put it in to mail it to your house?
I believe it's called bubble wrap.
Oh yeah, that clear plastic stuff.
It's like that, but
Okay.
it has a brown, like a brown
Where did you
layer
get that
underneath.
stuff at to mail it?
Gypsy had that all set up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had that already all set up. Where she had more than one of those to use. She put it in tool.
Okay. And then so she put it in there. Did you write your address or she write your
She
address?
wrote it down. I am nowhere that good of penmanship.
Okay. So she writes the address on it, and then you guys mail it to your house.
Yep.
Okay. Whose idea was that?
Well, it was actually both of ours because we were thinking about like getting rid of it permanently over time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you mail it to your house, and who gets it out of the mail? You, her, or your mom, or who?
My stepdad ended up getting it, and he didn't know that's what it was.
What did he do with it?
He just told me that package got too.
She already had the package in to mail the knife, double packaged the knife. She addressed the envelope. He said it was both of their idea, but I feel like Gypsy planted that idea. She planted all of her ideas in Nicholas. She planted all of those ideas. You know, she planted it all.
And when you get there, do you already know that you're going to kill Dee?
I pretty much at that point I made my mind up that it's the only option at that point.
Okay.
So I just went right for it, and I had latex gloves on, and something like that.
Okay.
So to try to hide my fingerprints.
Okay. Did you bring the latex gloves?
No, she provided them for me.
Okay. So when you get there, you put the gloves on?
Yes.
Okay. You put the gloves on outside the house or inside the house?
Inside. No, it was outside the house, but as I was walking in, I had them just.
So did you and her talk outside before you went in the house?
I did whisper because it was part of our plan, and she's the one that thought of that part of the plan.
Okay.
I told her to get her butt into the bathroom because that's what she wanted to do, and I had to remind her to get to it right away because I wanted to get this over with and get out of there as soon as possible.
Okay. So when you get there, she has the latex gloves or the gloves. What color are they?
They're like it's like a cross between like a bluish green. It's like it's almost like a turquoise color, almost like.
Okay. Did she give you one glove, two gloves?
Two.
Two. Okay. So you put the gloves on, and then what do you do?
After that, she hands me the knife, and then I take care of the rest.
Now, does she have gloves on her hands when she hands you the knife, or not?
Her fingerprints are on the knife.
Her fingerprints will be on the knife?
Yes.
Okay. Because she didn't have gloves on then, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So she hands you the knife.
Yes.
And then what happens?
Then she goes straight into the bathroom, locks the door.
So I feel like this detective is actually doing an excellent job getting the story. But it's not her job to baby him, okay? I feel like she's doing an excellent job getting the truth. But I really wish Nicholas asked for an attorney. Not that I want an unaliver to go free. I mean, I feel like he did it. He definitely deserved prison time for that. But I feel like the police are really taking advantage of the fact that Nicholas doesn't know to be quiet. He doesn't know to keep his mouth shut and ask for an attorney. And I don't believe they let his mother visit with him or anything. I don't know, if that was my son, I would have already called an attorney and had them there. I sure would have. They would have walked in like it was Law and Order. You quit talking. I am his attorney. You know, it just, even though I would know, oh, he did wrong, but I would still be getting an attorney. I promise you that, especially knowing, because Mom knew. Mom knew she was a sneaky little booger. Mom knew it. And we are going to be going over Mom's, not interrogation, but when she talked to the detectives. We're going to be going over that in a later video. And I mean, you know, they should do their job. They really should do their job and get as much information, get as much of the truth as they can. And if the defendant isn't going to ask for an attorney, keep talking, keep them talking, get the story. You know, it's their job to investigate a crime, not to coddle suspects. But still, I really wish he asked for an attorney. But I do think this detective is doing a great job, but I really wish he asked for an attorney.
Would there be any reason that she would have bruises on her arms or her legs?
Yes, because she wanted me to mark my territory.
Okay, mark your territory.
Yeah.
She asked you to mark your territory?
Yeah, she actually, the first time...
You know it's okay if you're the one that asked. You don't think that there's no crime there. If you're the one that's wanting to do this and she's agreeing to it, there's no problem with that. So there's no need for you to, don't lie to me and say she wanted it if she didn't. It's okay if you wanted it.
I know,
Okay.
but I'm just telling you how it actually was.
Okay.
Which was, the very first time she whispered in your ear that was a turn on of hers is biting.
Okay.
And that's when I bit. What part of her was it I bite though? Because I know it. Oh my gosh! Because I only remember I bit her twice.
Okay.
The first time I can't remember. The second time I can remember though because I bit her a lot harder the second time.
Okay.
However, she seems to still enjoy it even though it was really hard.
Okay. So we were going to talk about how she got these bruises on her arm and her legs.
Yeah.
How did that happen? When you're marking your territory, how are you marking your territory?
Well, her arms and bruises. The one see if I can remember exactly where one was. One was right here. This is where I bit her. I know for a fact it's on this side. If I'm thinking correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on that side. it's permanent.
Okay.
And then I think I was trying to give her hickeys on her body as well.
Okay.
That's the other thing I was trying to do.
Okay.
She wanted him to put bruises on her because it was going to be part of her frame job. I mean, there's no frame as far as the crime. He did commit the crime, but the frame comes when she's trying to blame him completely for it. And the bruises are evidence. You know, they took pictures of her and stuff. You know, but she wanted to make sure he got blamed completely for it. Blamed for it, and she was just an innocent in all of this. And remember, with her little sex games, that started with Dan. That started with Dan, not Nicholas. That started with Dan. And it may have even started with someone else, but we know about Dan. We know about that.
Is that there were some Facebook posts put on that were kind of explaining that somebody got hurt. You kind of know what I'm talking about on Dee's web or Facebook.
Yeah, Dee's and Gypsy's
Facebook. Okay, so who posted those things on there?
I didn't even know the password, so she's the only one that knows it. It's only she could post it.
Okay, do you know what they say?
I read it, but I don't remember what it said.
Okay, so you didn't post them on there?
No.
Okay, did she post them on there?
Yes, she did.
Okay, why did she do that?
I think she wanted to speed up the process.
Speed up what process?
The process of the authorities getting involved and everything else.
Okay. Did you know she made those posts before she made them?
She kind of surprised me with it.
Okay, and how did that happen?
She showed me it just after she posted it. I'm like, what the heck? And she kind of freaked me out.
Okay.
And I didn't do anything about it, obviously.
Did your evil side come out then?
No.
No? Okay. So you, she posts them. Are you in the same room with her when she does it, or are you somewhere different?
We're in the same room.
You're in the same room with her?
Yeah.
And then so she makes the post, and then obviously you've seen all those people responded to that.
Yeah.
Okay, did you do any of those posts? How about the one about killing and raping or whatever? You didn't do that?
No.
Okay.
I think she only posted that to actually get everyone's attention.
Why?
Because apparently the first posters that she was, or not posters, or was it posters? I don't even know if it was posters. Yeah, I just trying to remember what you told me.
Okay. Did you actually look at it with your eyes? The posts?
I didn't get to see the posters. That's the thing. That's the reason why I can't remember it that well.
Okay. She just told you about them.
Yeah. Because apparently the first ones that she posted, no one was taken seriously.
Okay.
So she had to be more aggressive, and that's when she said what she did.
Okay. Okay. And what, I don't understand what she was hoping to gain. Like, what was she wanting to happen as a result of that?
I think she just wanted to get past this moments.
Okay.
She wanted it to be a distant memory.
Okay. Did she suspect that if she did something like that, we would investigate it and come and speak to you guys about it? Did you guys ever discuss that?
I think we both did, but we didn't understand exactly how to deal with it to the point where we wouldn't get caught. I think that's another reason why we're easily caught, but yeah.
Okay.
So, Gypsy said she made these posts because she wanted her mom's body to be found. I don't know. I guess in her interrogation, she said, you know, it was basically so her body can be found so people would know what happened to her and she could be buried, get a proper burial or get a proper funeral or whatever. And I believe that, but I'm not sure if I believe why. I'm not saying I don't believe the why. Well, I guess I'm saying I'm not sure if I believe the why. She wanted her mom's body found so they could get past that part. Maybe she knew Nicholas would get caught and she could con her way out of trouble. I mean, I definitely feel like there was some part of Gypsy that cared about her mom, especially the part in her interrogation when they say you hated your mom. And she's like, I did not hate my mom. I feel, and y'all may disagree with me and that's fine, but I feel like that 1 second of reaction was the most honest she had ever been. Because I don't believe she hated her mom. It was, but I believe that she wanted to continue her life without her mom at her side. She was ready for men, and she was ready to move the con. She learned about conning, and she wanted to take that con on the road and couldn't do it with a sick, mom. You know what I mean?
We wouldn't get caught. I think that's another reason why we're easily caught, but yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you were easily caught?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you feel like she was easily caught?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you think that if Gypsy hadn't asked you to kill her mom, you'd ever killed her mom?
I know I wouldn't have done it.
Okay. You just did it because you loved Gypsy and Gypsy asked you to do it.
Yes.
Is that what I'm thinking?
Yes.
Okay. Or what? Is that what I understand? Okay. Okay. Sorry to confuse you.
And Gypsy knew Nicholas would do anything for her and took full advantage of that. She made sure he would do anything for her.
I'm freaking screwed. I'm freaking screwed. I did that for her and only for her. Not for us. So yeah, it was for us. I wouldn't have cared if it wasn't for us. She knew it was the only way to be together. I apologize to everyone. Everyone except for Dan. Dan's the only one I would not apologize to. Apparently she decided to just go with it. And screw it. Me, I actually held together until... I learned that she didn't lie. I said screw it, I just said truth then too.
So it wasn't about her getting away from the ABUSC. She convinced Nicholas it was so they could be together. She convinced him it was so we could be together. And how can people not see how she manipulated him? I mean, I would just find the whole thing more digestible if she just told him, I need you to help me get out of the situation I'm in. My mom forces me to stay in a wheelchair. She has this feeding tube in me. She made me sick with all this medication. It made my teeth rot out. You know what I mean? And the mention of Dan, what's that about? The mention of Dan? That's weird. It's kind of suspicious. What does Dan have to do with this? Where is Dan involved in all of this? I want to know. And if anyone knows more about that, please leave it in the comments. You can't put links in my comments, but if you have links to share with me, like on interviews or documents or reports or anything like that, you can email them to me. Like I know my email said, I think it says something like for professional, but if you're emailing me, information that you want me to read and maybe speak on, go ahead and do it. It's fine. It's fine. I don't check my email first, but when the person who checks it, they'll make sure that it goes in the inbox I'm supposed to read. Okay. So they go and delete all the like ads and stuff like that, but genuine emails they make sure I get. So, send me the emails with that information. But anyway, that's really it. I just wanted to go over that interrogation a little bit. And listen, I don't know. Again, I am going to... This case is just so fascinating to me. And I feel with Dee Dee, if she was the con artist she's been painted to be, someone was going to do it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I hear a lot about, her whole family being grifters. And I want more information about that too. I'm just not sold on Gypsy's whole... I mean, I understand she went to prison. She's not going to go back to prison. She can't be retried for the same crime. I know there are some people think that I have that wrong, but I do not have that wrong. It's in the Constitution. I've done my research on double jeopardy thoroughly, and it's I've spoken to my attorney friend. She's a prosecuting attorney with the DA's office. I spoke to her. She's actually very fascinated by this case, and even though it's not even a case anymore, it's over, but she still follows it and follows the information about it because she would like to see laws changed. You know what I mean? And I mean, the Constitution is the law of the land, so that's not going to change, but maybe changing a crime by degree. Like, I think she said, like, instead of treating manslaughter and murder 1 and 2 the same under double jeopardy, separate them out. So when someone's convicted of murder 2, they can then be convicted of murder 1 if more evidence is found. I don't think that they will ever have any success with that, but it was just a thought of hers, you know, and like, she is an assistant DA, so and she's really good at her job. So yeah, I'm going to be doing more about Madeline Soto because I'm absorbing so much information about it, and it's so sad. It's just, I'm so sick of people hurting children. And what can we do? What can we do? We need answers. We need to figure out how we're going to protect kids when they aren't even safe under their own roof, in their own home, around people they're supposed to trust. But now I'm going off on another tangent. That's a video for another day. But look, guys, y'all can't see it, but I'm wearing a dress, and it's like a Spanish, I feel like one of them Spanish, so my sister gave me she went to Spain in the 70s, and she brought me back this beautiful doll, and she had this red dress on and this headdress, and she was beautiful. And this dress reminds me of that doll, but I can't show you the whole dress right now, but it reminds me of that doll. I feel like something else in this dress. But anyway, that's it. I need to go take my shower and blow dry my hair and get ready for bed because I have a very busy day tomorrow. I want to start work early because I do have that appointment tomorrow, so it's probably going to run longer than my break. And I do have a few days off this week for something fun that I will be vlogging. So yeah, so I'm going to go. But thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye.